Get into the game.
Tryna hit that
If you thought making an EV is simple, well, let me tell you it's not. But who better than Suhas Rajkumar, CEO and founder of Simple Energy, to tell us more about how simple or not simple making an EV is?
To start with, of course, it's a bit difficult job when you are focused on developing everything in-house.
Yeah.
Right. Otherwise, you can definitely build an EV in next 3 months if you
Okay.
want to.
That's
it
what
will
the
not give you-
perception is, right? Because you
Yeah.
just get battery, put in some circuit and put
Yeah, but that will not give you the value and
yeah.
not give you the longevity. It will not give you the OEM feel, right? So I think that is what we are battling with. We want to battle the EVs which are fly-by-night operators by building everything in-house and taking the time to build it. And it took 4.5 years. So I think that is a long time for us to put in. I think we have invested a lot of time, money, and efforts into building the simple one.
So, does that explain your 2 years of journey announcing the launch date on 15th of August 2021 and almost 2023, 15th August is just nearby, few months. Is that the reason that it took so long? Because you wanted to make sure that the product that comes out is built for generations and not just some product that uses consumer as a guinea pig and they face problems, they face issues. You didn't want that, right? Is that the thing?
Yeah, I think that has been the key focus from day one. I think also because we got a lot of feedback on our last rides on the media side and the consumer side. So we did a 13 states run, right? So and apart from that, the new regulatory things that were asked for, right? So I think we wanted to, whole in all, improve our scooters in the production models, and we took that feedback and took some time out. Of course, it was a call from the board and myself that we want to push a scooter which is perfect or near perfect. While we would have loved to do that last September or maybe before that. We were definitely ready. We had a small setup already, but we chose voluntarily to not do that, and that paid off. We became the first OEM to get in the AIS 156 on a performance scooter. Phase 2, which is actually not easy. It definitely asked for a few fundamental changes, which is good for a consumer end of the day.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think, and that combined with our current maturity on the production will help us scale in next 12 months much faster than we would have done in the last 2 years. So I think that is needed. But what also helped us is the confidence of consumers in the product. I think a lot of people assume that the price point plays a big role in how a scooter sells. But what feedback we got, or the survey that we did, a lot of consumers love the scooter for its price, for its range part.
Correct.
Right, for its performance figures, the way it looks. I think that added a lot of confidence in the team, saying that okay, we are going in the right direction. Let's improvise more.
Yeah.
So I think that has clarified us that what our business model, our strategy would go forward would be, or for the company would be. And I think we will push the boundary, and that's how when the Beyond the Dot logic came in. Though it was there from day one, but we thought, why just stretch that thing and just be the change part of it. So that narrative pushed the entire scooter production into much better maturity than it was a few years back. So I think that is genesis for Simple for next couple of years.
But just a few minutes with you and I can realize that you are a perfectionist. Is there anything that you would still like to improve on it? Because I can see that you have that, kind of knick-knack for everything, that you wanted to be perfect. Whatever you were saying was matching the tone and the kind of perception you have for Simply Dot. So is it something that you're still thinking that this can be improved further up?
Yeah, I think we can improve the paint. I don't want to say paint as such. I think we want to improve the lights further.
Okay.
Apart from that, I think we want to improve the performance figures.
Okay.
2.7 is still slow for me. So I think we can. I think our VD team is working on it. We hopefully next 6 months we can have an OTA coming in picture and we can push that envelope. Apart from that, I think we would have liked to improve certain aesthetic elements in the scooter, which we keep it for next version, of course. But I think fairly we have done a good job of around 70% on the scooter.
Absolutely.
There's last 30% still we would like to improve. That's my personal view. My team says we've achieved much more than required, but that's how the internal team meetings happen, and that's good for me, good for the team that is working on this. That I can understand perspectives and I look at myself as a consumer first and then a OEM second. Because when I want to buy a scooter personally, I would definitely look at certain parameters, and if I don't find them, I'll never buy them. So when I don't want to buy a scooter which is that way, then why would I build it? So that's why the change. So I am an avid motorbike biker. So
You can see that in the product.
so I love biking, and I was on tracks also for a few years, but unfortunately couldn't pursue that much longer. So yeah, those dynamics, and I think we want to make it more sharper at corners.
Okay.
I think that is something that we're looking at in the next models. But yeah, overall satisfied with it. Nothing more I can ask for currently. As I think
it's one of the best looking out there. So we are really happy as consumers.
Thank you so much.
to
I
see
hope
that.
you like the new colors.
Absolutely.
coming in.
That was a good surprise for all of us, waiting for the new elements to it. You finally have a launch date. What is it, and what's the expansion plan? Like, this is limited to Bangalore right now. And how will it be phased out? Like, people who pre-book the first, how does it work out?
Yeah, I understand a lot of people still have to wait a couple of months, but yeah, phase one. So the reason behind is phase one we want to keep in Bangalore. We want to observe the first feedbacks, the service stations, etc. We want to cater the consumers rightly, and after that we take this 3 months to expand our dealerships across India. We already have an SOP in place. We have dealerships appointed. We have hired a very strong salesperson in our thing.
Okay.
Who worked in a OEM for 25 years, led the national team there in the dealership side. So hopefully we can set up in next 3 months, and after that phase 2 will be around 50 cities, 40 to 50 cities roughly. We want to push that envelope that further. Of course, we don't want to open a store which is made of 2 chairs and 3 tables. We want to give a genuine experience to a consumer, and those take time, but I also understand the market is maturing faster, and we need to move faster. We don't have 3 years or much longer than that. So yeah, 3 months. I think it's better to be a bit slow and push a button and open all the dealers. So there's an ambition to open at least 30 to 40 stores in a day.
Wow.
So I hopefully in phase 2 we can do that, and I think that's click of button. So we'll take this 3 months feedback, catering the service and the consumers' feedback on the production models, and if we find anything significant, we'll improvise those and put in the second lot. But I hope there'll be not any, and we'll give more time for our service teams to deploy their manpower and our charging networks as well. Currently we have not made it live, so we are working on with the government channels. We want to put in a lot of malls. Other builders we're talking to, put our charging loop networks. So August we'll start with Bangalore, and hopefully by end of this 12 months we'll have at least 1,000 chargers across India. Very ambitious plan, but yeah, we want to scale up much faster. I think that's the reason we are raising that funds. We already have raised, but we still continue to expand, and we'll invest a lot in charging network and manufacturing in next 1 year.
Okay. And if you talk about people who had pre-booked it, the costing, they had an indicative cost which was very different from what you've launched today. So what do you have to say to those viewers and consumers who are like a little disheartened, of course, but then you also improved a lot of things when it has finally come out. So how do you justify that cost?
Yeah, so of course, I would love to cater those price points, but I think every year industry changes the price points, and supply chain has been tough. Semiconductors are still not low. Waiting period has gone down to about 8 months from now, but initially it was 36 months. So supply chain is still naggy. It's not really perfect. You still are paying premium for your semiconductors. Cells. Now the competition has increased, so there's multiple cell manufacturers, but the price points on other companies have gone up. 2 years or so, 30% to 40% rise in our supply chain or raw material purchase. Our input cost has gone up, labor cost has gone up. So a lot of parameters that have gone into a costing that we end up with. The BOM is a huge list that goes into it. So apart from that, but we still try to justify it with a great price point, because the other scooters that are available at that price point don't give you the range, the performance, the fit and finish, the quality, the style, the boot space, which is not much talked about. I don't know why they don't talk about the boot space, but that's a 30-liter boot space, which fits in a very big size helmet. For a rider like me, that's a very impressive thing that we achieved. And I was very happy that we could envisage into a scooter like this with its sporty look that it has. So I think,
and also a battery with
remove battery pack, which will remove your anxiety away. And even if you're stuck anywhere, you can just park at the scooter, take out the battery, go to a restaurant or a nearby place, 15 amp plug in, and you'll just juice up, and you'll be fine with it. And you can have 60 kilometers at a hand. So that will solve a lot of problems for consumers going forward, and that will justify the price point that we are trying to get, because 1.25 now 1.3 to 1.6, you'll get a lot of average scooters out there. Don't really do the fastest, don't really do the range, but you still end up buying them. So now consumers say, okay, now the same price point, I'm getting a better value. What will change is the other competitors or the people who don't have the structure of the scooter, because if you want to improve the battery size, you want to improve the features, you have to work around. It will take 2 years for them to come out with something like this,
Correct.
or maybe more, depending on how they function. So I think consumers will be very happy, and I think we are more relaxed, and I think we are doing the catch-up game. What we will be working on is service, dealership, and scale, because that is the area which we still have the might to prove.
Yeah.
We've done the R&D, we've done the production, we've successfully certified all the norms that are new, and I think for us it'll be more on catch-up game on the volume, and for competition on the scooter. So of course, I think the tables are reversed, and the consumers will be with us, and I hope they love the scooter and give me a feedback on Twitter or any other place they can. So because that's what we did last year, and we went about improving the scooter.
So before we end, 5 things that stand apart from everything in the competition. I know, but I wanted to hear from you.
So better ergonomics, more boot space, a longer range scooter, or the world's longest scooter officially, not claimed anymore. So and a faster scooter, 0 to 40 in 2.7. So for all those nags who wanted to zip past a traffic signal, I think this is a scooter for you. And of course, the smart features which will keep you on track with your maps, on your fuel, on your range efficiency, on your scooter data, your service data, and make them smarter going forward. And also, it can learn from your driving patterns and adapt to it in the future. So hopefully, we can push the ML of the system in next couple of updates, and hopefully we can have a scooter which is improving over the period of next 2 years or 3 years.
That'll be brilliant. Thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you. Pleasure talking to you.